So this week we're going to be talking about this.
I've got cystic fibrosis.
As a sick person, as a CFer, as a spoonie, whatever box you technically want to put me and my health in, or well, all of us, medicine is a giant part of that, and it's how we're able to stay alive and stay as healthy as we can be. Have there been times that I haven't stuck to my medicine routine or have skipped treatments or have purposefully not taken things, rebelled against the medical side of my life? Absolutely. Did it completely backfire on me and I have to pay the consequences for it? Abso-freaking-lutely. I have like two different sides of my brain, which is very strange. I have the side of me that's always had CF, well basically both sides always have, but the way my brain thinks. The side of me that's always had CF and this is how it is, and like it's this well-oiled machine of treatments, enzymes, pills, you know, hospital, do this, I have to do these things to keep me alive, and thinks that because I do all of these things, it's strange that other people don't do these things, rather than I'm the one out of the ordinary because I have to do all of these things. Because like I'll look at somebody that's healthy and they just like grab food and eat it, and I'm like, you're strange. How? Like it kind of like, I don't know, I freak out a little bit every time I just see a healthy person just grab food and eat it, because like you didn't take your enzymes. That's really weird. Or like how people don't have to wake up 3 hours earlier before they have to go somewhere because they don't have 2.5 hours of treatments and other things that they have to do. It's just all very strange to me. And then, you know, I have this other side of my brain that's like, why do I have to do this? Like other people don't have to do this. It's the two sides constantly are fighting against each other, especially during really stressful, busy times in my life where I don't have the time for this side of my brain to do as much as it wants to or needs to do to keep everything working. I'm talking with my hands a lot today. I guess I'll kind of just go over what I take on a daily basis and kind of the order that I take it in. I start off each morning with this little puppy right here. And I take Orkambi at the same time as I take, I'm out of a specific bottle, but it's a bottle that looks like this, and it's a medicine for my face. And I also take an allergy medicine with that. I'm going to list all of the medicines that I take in the description down below because it's a lot of names and a lot of things, and I can't pronounce them all right. So I'm not even gonna try. I'll have it all in the description down below. So I take those with my enzymes. I wait at least an hour if I can. I'd really try to before doing my breathing treatments, because if not, I will throw up. Because that's the kind of sick person that I am. I just love throwing up. I don't love throwing up, but it is a fact of my life that I will cough until I throw up every time. So what I start off when I do my treatments is I mix my Albuterol and my HyperSal together, because if not, I will not have a voice, my throat and lungs will bleed, and I will get really bad jitters, and just a lot of bad things will happen. So some respiratory techs and I did some mixing and matching and experimenting on myself when I was in the hospital a few years ago, and we figured this mixing together was the best alternative. It takes 3 times as long to do it, but I'd rather sit there for, you know, an hour and a half doing treatments than not have a voice. I literally, whenever I started on the HyperSal a few years ago, because I haven't always been on it, I lost my voice at one point. I literally couldn't even utter a sound for almost 2 months. And I went to the ER at one point because it had just gotten ridiculous. they gave me a nebulized lidocaine, maybe, in the ER, and I had a reaction to it, and this entire part of my face, including my lips, peeled off and was just a giant hole. So yeah, we mix those. Then I will do Pulmozyme. I do Pulmozyme twice a day. I do these maybe 3-4 times a day, depending on the day. And every other month I switch between Tobi, which I just switched from the pod form to the regular neb form, but I don't have any of that because right now I am on Cayston. Anyone that is on Cayston knows that this is the devil, and it likes to peel off, and it likes to stab you, and all of the fun things. The only thing that I'll take throughout the day, unless I'm on antibiotics or something, is my enzymes. Whenever I eat, I take 4. And that's kind of the only medicine other than randomly doing treatments throughout the day. If I need to, that I do. And at night is whenever I take the rest of this box. What I used to do is go through that entire box every single night, but that got exhausting. So I invested in a couple of these bad boys, and it's changed my life. Once a week, I'll go through and take 20 minutes to go through all of these. I will put the names of all of these things down below because it's just so many things. And I take a lot of supplements because my body literally absorbs nothing. So I have to take 50 times of anything for anything to absorb. Yeah, I take a lot of stuff. Whenever I get stressed out in life is kind of when I'm more prone to skipping treatments and things like that. I'm really, really good now on not doing that, and especially being religious with my pills because I've become very dependent on a lot of these things, and I notice a gigantic difference in my health if I don't take every single one of these things. I think we had counted at one point, it's like 34 or 44 or something like that pills that I take every night. I don't remember because I've added some since I've counted last, and I don't really want to count right now, so I'm not going to. And with my breathing, I know a lot of the issues that I'm dealing with now is because I did skip treatments for so long when I was younger because I was rebelling, and I was in the mentality of, if I don't do treatments, then I'll just get sick and then I'll die, and then it's, you know, whatever. And I didn't think of the repercussions of, hey, you're gonna feel getting sick and dying, and it's not an overnight thing. It's going to happen slowly and painfully, and sometimes it's not slow and it's really fast. But I was really lucky, and the fact that whenever I was going through the times when I would skip treatments, I had a doctor that was phenomenal and would keep me in for months at a time to make sure I was doing my treatments and taking care of myself, and really kicked my butt into making sure I did do everything. And eventually I got it into my brain that, Miranda, you should do your treatments, and if you don't, you will die and you will get sick. Sicker. But even if you do your treatments, I am completely religious with my treatments, but I still get sick as I can't stop coughing. And it comes to the point where you do have that really difficult time when you are sick and you're doing everything you're supposed to 10 times over, but you're still getting sicker, and it's, why am I taking this much time out of my day to do this because it's not paying off and I'm just struggling and it's tiring and I'm tired, and why am I fighting to push through this, and it's just not fair and it's not right, and other people don't have to do this. Normal people don't have to do this. But I mean, whenever you think about it from the other perspective of, if you stop doing your treatments and you're this sick while you're doing them, how sick are you going to be when you're not doing them? How sick are you going to be when you're not doing your pills? Whenever I did stop taking everything randomly or whatever, I never stopped enzymes, because as much as I wanted to die at times in my life, I did not want to die with an upset stomach as upset as it gets when you don't take these. So I was determined to die a slow, painful death, but I wasn't going to stop taking my enzymes. 15-year-old me had a very strange logic in her brain. At the end of the day, you have to do your treatments, you have to take your pills, just try to get into some type of routine. Right now I'm at a really weird point in my life where I've been in this sick rut for like 10 months and I'm just not getting better. And so apparently this is kind of my new standard of health. So I've got to try to figure out some kind of way to pump me up and get excited and create some type of new environment to keep me inspired and motivated to keep moving. So I went to Target today and got all new bed stuff and went and redid my living room, and I'm just trying to figure out ways to get me out of this rut and get me excited and motivated to be inspired and live my life and continue to fight and do all of these things and count 50 pills every night and, you know, spend 6 hours a day doing breathing treatments and having to work out at least an hour a day to keep myself feeling the crap way that I've been feeling, because I could feel worse. And that's a really scary thought, because, well, I have felt worse. I've felt a lot worse, and I have a lot of friends right now that are feeling a lot worse. And the struggle of me trying to keep myself healthy while they're just falling apart, but like I'm mentally and emotionally falling apart because they're physically and mentally and emotionally falling apart. It's a very hard balance because, like, I see what they're going through, so then it terrifies me because I could be going through it, but I care for them so much that everything is a constant battle between your mind and your body and whatever energy, spiritual, whatever that you would like to believe in. It's all connected somehow, and if your brain and your energy isn't right and you're not motivated, then it's harder to do treatments, and it's harder to force yourself to count 50 pills every night, and it's harder to force yourself to eat a certain amount of calories and to work out and to do everything that you're supposed to do. But for me, if I am stuck in a rut and I am having a hard time getting motivated and I am having a hard time emotionally and mentally pushing through everything, or just with my life in general, the first step that I do is I deep clean everything. And then I redesign it to some degree. And then I will just take it from there and reorganize my life. And if I can physically reorganize my life to where I can put my hands to it and I can move it around and I can put some kind of structure, then somehow in the process of all of that, I add more structure to my life and I organize my life better, and then I mentally and physically am able to... Why am I talking with my hands so much? I'm kind of able to work through my problems mentally if I can put my hands to moving things physically. Like, I can't fix how my body's feeling, but if I can fix my surroundings to a certain degree, then mentally I'm better for it. So that's how I'm able to keep up with my meds and my treatments and everything. If I'm not able to mentally be in the mindset to where I can push myself every day and be motivated to do it, I make myself. And that's how I make myself. And if it's every 6 months or something, I have to completely like rebrand my life and my look and cut my hair and, you know, do whatever, then that's what I have to do. And that's kind of what I do. I'm 12 years old. I said do on the internet. That's kind of what I've got to say for that today. And like I've said before, I'm going to leave the names of all of the medicines that I take in the description down below, as well as my personal social media accounts, the channel social media accounts. Leave a comment down below if you have any other questions for me on why I take the things that I do, or how long I've been taking them, or anything like that. If you guys have any advice for myself or other CFers or anyone that's sick, or people in general, as to how they could get out of a rut or get themselves into some type of routine, specifically or not, when it comes to medical stuff like treatments and pills and things, leave that down below for us to read. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't so you can keep up with my videos as well as the 5 other amazing CFers that we have on the channel. And I will see you guys next week.